everybody. It's Friday. How weird is that? And it's July 4th. Hello, everyone.
Oh, look, we both have our blue shirts
We
on.
do. I have my Stand Up and Be Heard. This is Patricia's artwork. This is my other blue shirt. Or did I already wear this one? I might have already worn this one, but I like it a lot, so I'm going to wear it again. And P's got on her Out Loud and Proud by Eddie Makes Art. He's the king. Welcome, welcome to those of you that are here live with us. Do say hello in the chat. You know, extra pinky hello hands. You know, all that business. The hellos. So that way I can get y'all helloed. If you're watching this in replay, thank you very much. Just let us know down below in the comments. Thumbsy upsies all the way around. We've got some pre-thumbsy upsies since we didn't make it to our scheduled event on the Thursday that we normally do, which is our Thursday Thoughts and Arty Fun. So we're just going to make it Friday, the 4th of July fun. It's a little bit of a depressing day, but we're going to get into all that a little bit and try to move through this and be positive and, you know.
That's right.
That's all we can do. All right, so thumbsy upsies, do all that business. This is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together,
we are PM Artist Studio. Trying to get my paints. You know, I know they all fit back in here at one time. I don't know why they're all just like puking out.
I'm going to say hello to people. And then we'll also explain why we weren't here yesterday. We've got Angela Ann Webb's here. And Larg. Opome, that's April. Curious, that's Miriam. Curious by MNW, that is Miriam. Charmaine is here. Charmaine, I messaged you. I emailed you and I messaged you on the lightning bolt. I have questions. You may have written me back. I just haven't looked at my email. Cookie Wookie, that is Mo. Darcy, Dana. Eddie's here. Estella, Gail, Griffin Shell, Handy Scandy. Oh, Griffin Shell's Rhonda. Handy Scandy's Nancy. Jennifer McKinnon, Jennifer's Dog Life. Legia, Linda Renz is here. Lydia, Margie, Ninian, Penka. Rosemary's here. She goes by Kay. Shannon's here. Hello, Shannon. And Tegan. We got to speak with Tegan, like, you know, via the Zoom. And a very happy birthday to Sandy Franklin.
Yes, happy birthday.
And hello, Acme. We're glad to see you, too. And Carla. Did I miss anybody? I feel like I missed some folks. Just, you know, give me some extra pinky hello hands. Okay, so what happened to us yesterday? We were all getting geared up and ready to go. You know, I had, we had gone to the dentist in the morning and all that's good stuff. You know, get home, there's a box here. Open up the box. I'm like, how sweet. That's so nice. Some cookies. I'm going to eat those cookies. And then I'm going to take them up to P. And P's going to eat some of those cookies. And she did. And then all of a sudden, about halfway through me getting ready to put my makeup on, I'm like, ooh, I think there was something in those cookies. And there was. After a little, you know, jaunt to the, you know, well, I was on my way to get checked out because I was very worried about myself because that's just what that sort of does to me. I get very paranoid and freak out.
So lightweight.
This one, she's just sitting.
And so I whipped off to the sender and said, you know,
just want to verify. So we verified, and then I was like, all right, cool. Coming home. All good there.
The nurses at the hospital got a real kick out of it.
Yeah, they did. I was like, well, that's a good story for y'all. She's like, well, I got to watch the channel. If this is the sort of thing that's happening over there. And I was like, well, you know. Not usually. We're, you know. Anyway.
Well, said cookies are in the freezer, and
they are fantastic, but
yeah,
not for everyone.
And you don't need to eat 3.
I had 2. They were little. I mean, they weren't huge cookies,
yeah,
but you know.
And they were so good.
They were very good. Anyway.
So yummy.
We're all good.
We're all good.
But let's just say,
good night's sleep. I mean, I'm
very happy that it kicked in before the stream, because if that would have happened while, I think we both would have been like melty goo piles of.
We would have just been.
It would have been
laughing.
weird.
It would have been strange, and we would have
so
just
weird.
Yeah, but I couldn't keep my eyes open.
Yeah, very well. Yeah.
Okay, I've got some things
I'm going
to talk about
topside.
here.
Oh, or do you want to do the talkie part?
Yeah, I want to talk. I want to read this thing that Mariah
So,
gave me.
Ann Lar, she's here in the chat. If y'all haven't seen her first stream, and let me tell you, Ann, I could tell she went out of her comfort zone, but she rocked it. She got a little bit of some transfers. She did some gel printing, which she says that, she's like, oh my gosh, she's not like, but she did a fantastic job. Y'all got to go over there and see her stream from Friday. Or sorry, Wednesday.
Wednesday. This is Friday.
Yeah. There's a big chunk of yesterday that's missing.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Absolutely. And there's a little bit of residual here as far as
we feel like that. We're just a little foggy brained-ish.
A little foggy brainy.
Anyway, yeah. Oh, awesome. Mo has put in Ann's channel. If y'all haven't subscribed to her, please do. She's doing a fantastic job over there representing that red, white, and blue and giving up her resistance protests for this here patriotic protesting that we are doing.
Sister.
She also had some very fun facts about Benjamin Franklin. And I was like, P had kind of started it off the other day, and then she put in a little bit more. And I was like, all right, we're going to really dive deep into Ben.
Well, I don't know if this is very deep dive, but certainly,
it's deeper than most of us have been.
We're breaking the surface.
Here we go.
Okay. So, here we go. Like other advocates of republicanism, Franklin emphasized that the new republic could survive only if the people were virtuous. All his life, he explored the role of civic and personal virtue as expressed in Poor Richard's aphorisms. He felt that organized religion was necessary to keep men good to their fellow men, but rarely attended religious services himself. When he met Voltaire in Paris and asked his fellow member of the Enlightenment vanguard to bless his grandson, Voltaire said in English, "God and liberty," and added, "This is the only appropriate benediction for the grandson of Monsieur Franklin." There we go. Others recognized Ben's special qualities also. Franklin's parents were both pious Puritans. The family attended the Old South Church, the most liberal Puritan congregation in Boston, where Benjamin Franklin was baptized in 1706. Franklin's father, a poor chandler, and I had to look that one up, and we are going with the historical definition, which is a dealer in household items such as oil, soap, paint, and groceries. Franklin's father, a poor chandler, owned a copy of a book, Bonifacius, Essays to Do Good, by the Puritan preacher and family friend Cotton Mather. You may have heard of him in your historical. And Tegan? Yeah. She's our historian, which Franklin often cited as a key influence in his life.
I think she's into more medieval stuff. And Lars also a retired history teacher.
Oh, there you go.
Hair in my eyeball.
Yeah. "If I have been a useful citizen," Franklin wrote to Cotton Mather's son 70 years later, "the public owes the advantage of it to that book." His first name, Silence Dogood, I love that, paid homage to both the book and to a widely known sermon by Mather.
Eddie says that Cotton Mathers was not a very cool dude.
Well, he was probably a patriarch in the grand old tradition of most religious.
Yeah.
Whatever. The book preached the importance of forming voluntary associations to benefit society. Franklin learned about forming do-good associations from Mather, but his organizational skills made him the most influential force in making volunteerism an enduring part of the American ethos. Franklin formulated a presentation of his beliefs and published it in 1728. He no longer accepted the key Puritan ideas regarding salvation and the divinity of Jesus, or indeed such religious dogma. He classified himself as a deist in his 1771 autobiography, although he still considered himself a Christian. He retained a strong faith in God as the wellspring of morality and goodness in man, and as a providential actor in history responsible for American independence. Okay.
You can find all that over on Wikipedia. That's it.
Yes.
That's my source, and then they source their other stuff. So, but I thought it was a good little, on just kind of thinking about morality, and that it is important to have good people in these positions because it does matter.
Well, and Carmichael, my second husband, said you can't legislate morality. And I think that's in reference to, it has, if we could make laws that make everything that you needed to be morally, what do I want to say, morally right. It's based in morality. It's kind of hard to do.
Yeah.
It just has to be something that
It's
comes
there.
from within you, and you must cultivate it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the other thing that's important here is volunteerism, and making in Friona, one of the charities that we supported as a school was the Heifer Project, and we would make money and put it in, and then the Heifer Project has different packages that they send. Okay, some places get chickens, some places get goats, some places get a cow. But what it is an effort to make them not only food safe, but also they can sell the milk if there's more milk than they need.
Right.
If the cow gives birth to a calf, then they can,
right. It kind of sets them up.
Sets them up in the same way with chickens and the eggs and goats and milk and cheese and all of that. It makes people more
aware
independent.
Right.
But also, I think it's really important for our children, and I applauded this because my kids really got into it. They made these paper mache bracelets. They made earrings. They made note cards, and they took them with. Some of the kids in my art class were also, of course, in the family living class,
home ec kind of thing.
Yeah, and they took it to the state, and they made, I don't know, over $500.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Volunteerism, it's very important. And I just noticed, I've been watching.
Oh, Shannon says her mother always wants a Heifer Project donation for her birthday every year.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I believe in it 100%. We were very, and I can't, we were short an arc, but we gave all the different animal groups.
Short an arc.
Yeah. We didn't have, two of everything, but anyway.
Right. I understood.
It was a significant thing.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was watching, we're flooding in Kerrville.
Yes.
And we'll continue to do so. It's already rained a foot in some places.
Crazy.
And
More
the Guadalupe
on the way.
River is flooding. Now, I noticed that the Llano, it's all this business is below the Llano. Estacado and Junction.
Yeah.
That's where I went to school in the summertime. Okay, all right.
Anlar was a volunteer firefighter in rural area of New York. I kind of remember you talking about that a little bit.
Well, how fun is that?
She's a cool chick, man. She's done a lot of things.
Okay, well, we can go topside. I've got some things in the works here.
Oh, here, we got to show this, and I want y'all to just be oohing on my fuzz. I mean,
dryer.
2 rounds of it. Brand new towels, But then we've got, here, turn those around. It's upside down, and that bothers me. Also, to celebrate in our patriotic protesting that we are doing this month of July, we got We the People, and we got a flag.
And I really, is it okay if I use them?
Yes, of course. They've been in the shop. Also, we have double points going on, which has been since yesterday. We were supposed to,
fluff back to her because I don't know what to do with it.
Isn't that fluff amazing? And it's part of the color combo. So again, come back on Monday.
There you go. Okay.
But we still got a Sunday stream to do.
I'm going to talk to you about this because somebody mentioned it, and,
Hello,
and I
Carolina.
was all, here, let me help you out with that. I know all about that. Well, the reason I know all about that is because it happens to me.
Yeah, and it happened big time.
And Becky, I don't know, you're both of them.
Oh, wonderful. April and I, apologies. That was my fault that it didn't arrive sooner, but I did finally get out the happy mail, and April got her clippies from Izzy.
Oh,
because You and that baby, you're like, let's give things away to people, and then I gotta handle all the logistics of it. It's fine.
I think it's really sweet that she wants to do that.
She does. She likes
All
to
right,
give away.
so you can see that I have I'm gonna be able to use this. It's just separated out and whatnot, and I don't know, this part's
and double points, y'all. I think until the 10th.
So this can be used for
or the 7th.
I
think you said the 10th.
Collage. Now I don't know that I'm going to be able to get much off of this because you have that point there where if you don't take advantage of it, it's just you're just going to have to. And basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to soak this, and I will get it off. And now I want to show you the other one because it was just nigh ready to, but I did manage to get it off. But you can see the fuzzy parts there.
It's flocked.
Just a cautionary note: these stencils that have a lot of stencil and the holes are, if you have a lot of that showing up there, it is going to be a lot more prone to grabbing onto your paper. You need to, especially when it's new. Now once this gets a coat of paint on it, it's not going to be a big deal. And I don't even worry about this. I'll just go over the top of it and
keep going.
Now this one is quite another thing. I mean, obviously I'm gonna have to do some soaking here. Hey Froyle, I watched your on the plate video. Absolutely wonderful. And you did such a good job of
good job, Froyle.
that clear stuff you put on there. I want to know more about that. It's called liquid glass. It looked very cool. I mean, and I don't know if it was completely dry when I saw it or if I needed to come back and
she's
look
supposed
at it later.
We're trying to work out a Zoom thing. I need to get Eddie on. Eddie and Paula are my next designers to be interviewed.
Oh, now that we're back into...
Now that I got the setup.
Yeah.
That part's done. But now I need these folks to let me know like a day and a time, and then we kind of work it into what day that is. But yeah, or maybe we just do like a special one if it needs to be a different day. That's cool too.
Okay, we're gonna pull a couple prints here because I do need a halfway decent. You remember this one? And I am getting more of that yellow than I thought I was gonna get.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. Because the yellow is the pan pastel, right? Yeah.
So really the trick on these, you just have to leave them overnight. And that's so funny because that was what Pharrell was saying on her birthday.
She has no patience though.
But she did leave it. And
I know.
Her thing that she created, I was very impressed with how the composition turned out, and working backwards is really hard.
It's like making those pancakes.
And you can see here, this was pulled.
Yeah, and that's rosy.
This is pulled with turquoise, but this was rosy. Yeah, that was on the. Okay, I think we've got enough here to really work with this.
Okay. Oh, when Anne is when they're through traveling, she's gonna come see us. Yay!
Oh, good. All right, I'm really thinking that might be a.
That's why she has so many plates, because she has no patience either, and now she's running out of space.
Well, I did give some of them away.
You did. I was very proud of you.
And I felt like kind of because they're really not the very best plates, and I told Caleb when I gave them to him. I said, these are.
But I think if he's using them,
you don't want to be doing these overnight pulls on these because it really takes. This is a quick pull situation, and as long as you're doing that, you're probably going to be just fine.
Well, and kind of in his journey of gel printing, I would think that that's kind of how you start anyway. You got to get that quick pull situation and understanding how those paints are drying and doing different things. Yeah. Who's Rosie? Rosie is is Eddie's latest design. She comes in 2 sizes.
This is Rosie right here.
Yeah. 8 by 10 and 9 by 12. It's okay.
Alrighty. Now, the reason we're having to free up some of this space here.
Froil, a majority of our gel plates are gel pressed. Number one, we just like them as a company because they're very sweet people. Plus, they smell good. They're thicker plates. The 1 9 by 2, is it one of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, one, because that's right. Sorry, my brain just went, I got a message over there and then I read it. And see, this is what happens. Squirrel. The 9 by 12 is only offered by Gel. What's the other one?
Jelly Press.
Yes, Jelly Arts. There we go.
Jelly Arts. The others is Gel Press.
That's right. We like Gel Press.
We like Gel Press. I'm just seeing how these are going to fit on here.
Now, y'all remember, I know I already said it, but we got some other folks coming in. It is double points. So if you were thinking about placing an order and, you know, you're like, oh, I was going to kind of maybe wait. Everything is out for the month of July. So that's one good reason. Got lots of new things. 25 of them because one of them wasn't live when they were supposed to be the other day. But we got that remedied right during the stream because that's how we do things. On demand.
Okay, now this is going to be a little bit complicated because I've got...
And double points, y'all. Double points.
I don't know if I can make this happen or not, but, you know, we're going to give it a whirl. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get... I am trying to get red, white, and blue. And I want to get red, white, and blue on each card.
Yeah.
So that's going to be ever so slightly more tricky than if I...
You got to go heavy with your white in the middle.
Yes,
That's key.
I really, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to find my plain white here.
No, until I think it's the 10th, but let me double check that for y'all.
That I've got white in this, don't I?
Yes, the 10th.
I don't necessarily want. This is pearly.
No, it didn't start until yesterday. We started it on the 3rd because we were planning on streaming yesterday and did not. So that's when we were going to announce it. Plus out with the new stamps.
I don't know if I have any white in the era.
You only have but I think this would suffice. Why don't you use silver? Nothing wrong with a little shiny white.
Yeah, but see? It's transparent. I need opaque. That's not the right consistency. You know, I'll probably just end up using white for my... Put that back on there. I don't want that.
Here, what about this one?
Oh, that'll work. Titanium white.
I found something.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so you saw how I had my cards laid out. These two are going this way, and then this one's going this way. So what we want here is we want these to be fairly close together.
I saw that, Anne.
What am I going to use here? Kind of turquoisey.
Mm-hmm.
was a little too purple.
I'm like, why isn't it doing the thing?
That's too light. Okay, this is a real issue.
What are you looking for now?
Here. I'm looking for a blue that I want to use.
You want a turquoise blue, or do you want, you got your Liquitexy one, but with your stuff mixed in? That would be a good blue.
I think it would be.
Very.
I think it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. And if you, thumbsy upsies, hellos in the streams, She didn't spread those far. See, that's what I was talking about. You gotta be careful about your white. Gotta give a lot of it. I don't know that this is gonna work in the way she thinks it is. But that's one way to come at it. Hey, Steph. Mariah at pmartiststudio.com. Yeah. There's the Nightbot. If you look there and it lights it up. I don't know. Does it light it up for everybody? It might light it up for everybody, but I don't know. Yes, and the double points began yesterday. Well, you're doing some things. You're getting some things there. Hi, Robin. Hello, Elizabeth.
Well, I think that's,
Mm-hmm. What is your thought with this? Or you're just kind of...
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Karen.
Okay,
Hi, Monroe. Hi, Juliet. I need to know about like what you're doing, because I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what the plan is.
Creating some backgrounds here so that I can go over the top with my either We the People, in black, or I can do the flag in black. Possibly even, some lips here. Leave these out because I want to do some more of that. But I don't know. I kind of, I like the,
kind of muckiness of it.
Because it doesn't look so, formal-ish.
Hey, Linda.
Just wondering, if I can get We People.
This is postcard size.
Yeah. And it just really, it doesn't allow me to do that unless I overlap something.
Well, and I think that's fine. The other thing is that you could have that kind of fade off. So, like, if you did the flag in gray or something like that, or white. It's got the gray stuff on. I was wondering why you were rubbing on it in the way that you were.
I was wondering also.
She was also wondering. Hello, Sandy. Yes, these are new stamps. They were out yesterday, but we were not streaming yesterday, so this is our makeup stream. Yeah. turned out to be all right because, like, you know, my friend and I went downtown this morning to a little protest thing. Wasn't just a little thing in the park in Dallas, and it's kind of a different vibe today. But that's, you know, that's okay. I drove downtown Dallas. Thank goodness for technology, because really I would have no idea. That's one of the reasons, like, when I was younger, I didn't like going down there unless I knew exactly where we were going. You know, like when you used to print out maps.
Oh, I used to print out maps all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would print out maps in Anchorage.
Yeah.
And Van used to laugh because Anchorage was like
pretty easy.
Very easy to
maneuver,
but it, you know, if you, I told him, I said, you know, you didn't need learn how to do that
map
overnight.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had a few. Well, this is just not working.
Oh, I think that's fabulous, Robin.
Because I do not want to overlap my thing there because I might have to.
Yeah. So yes, people agree. Jenny says just flag in the white and we the people in the black. I like that. I think that will work well. Elijah still has her atlas in the car. I do still have an atlas, but it's in the garage because my father always said you should have that with you.
A what?
An atlas.
Why?
So you know where you're going. But this was before the phones, you know.
Oh. Yeah, I remember him having a big one.
Yes. He bought me a big one too. Size matters, y'all.
Yeah. Just in case, you know, you wanted to visit the
United States.
All 50 states. Okay, I'm using one of my really
Carla still likes maps.
I like maps. Now, I did not use, I don't know why I didn't.
I can remember having, like, you know, kind of some of my favorite maps in the glove box. So those places, you know, oh, that looks fabulous. I mean, Brad, like, he did such a good job. I was like, okay, I have this kind of wavy flag thing. I want a little bit distressed, but, like, you know, he did such a good job. I like what you're doing here.
All right.
Yeah, because sometimes I was thinking about, like, you know, a lot of times when you get, I'm sure other companies, or there's probably other stamps out there, but this was sort of my vision because, you know, it's going to be sort of rough anyway because it's a stamp. But, like, if you already kind of have those edges to it, it just really adds to when it is raining. I'm so happy Izzy and Brad got to go to the pool. I'm happy I'm not in downtown Dallas while it is raining, though. That would stress me out.
All right. So, we've got... Trying to get one of these. All right. There we go. Because we're going to use paint for We the People, too, because I can't trust my... Yeah. This is Mars Black in Winsor Newton. I let my...
Oh, let it set up a little bit. I love those on there. They look so good.
Well, and it really worked out that it wasn't, an exactly. I like the informal quality.
Yeah, we were just discussing that's what a lot of folks were saying. They like that it wasn't like a hard edge, like it's not flat, and so it sort of has a wavy look to it, but yet, so I think it fits with a lot of the art that many of us create. It might be a little bit different than what is available, certainly in this size. And then were you able to wipe off the stamp, or do I need to?
No, I wiped it off. I mean, I think it's pretty good.
Well, it already had that. Yeah, and it already had the gray stuff, so it kind of it acts as sort of a blocker.
Sneezing.
Don't do that.
Okay, now I've got to make sure my stamp's going the right way.
Is it going the right way?
Yeah, kind of.
You need a little more on there. You were good on the we the part, and then push a little harder down at your bottom.
I skipped a little.
It's all right. That looks great.
I thought we should make up a bunch of these and hand them out at protests.
We could sell them at protests.
There we go. Okay. Finally.
Being the capitalists that we are. Maybe some smaller versions.
Yeah, and see, that's just not going to want to pick up enough to make it. Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, that's a fabulous idea. Eddie said put the cards on popsicle sticks and sell them like little protest signs. I think that's a fabulous idea. Now, those actually would give away. She's graffitoing.
Yeah, and it's too dry.
Ah.
Should have used, shoulda, woulda, coulda used.
Open. Well, that means you need to get it off your stamp.
Yeah.
Because if it's drying on there, it's drying on the stamp.
Oh, well. It'll be it'll be a gothic We the People.
Seems appropriate.
Yeah.
Now what? I love those.
I think these are good. Now, the thing about it is I could take my time and go over the writing with marker.
Yes.
To bring it back. But this one here, this one's great.
It's a winner.
Oh, anyway, I think they're all okay. And here's this one.
I like that too. Did y'all know that Woody Guthrie was also an artist?
Yeah.
Like, there's a book and everything.
Yeah.
That shows his art. And it's really interesting because he has sort of three basic styles, or like, thing you can tell that he's trying to emulate.
It's somewhat, yeah.
He kind of has a sketchy style that was interesting, but you felt familiar. Then he would do watercolor, and some oil, I think. But yeah. So sometimes Legia leaves little gel print scraps randomly on the Chicago Transit Authority buses and trains. I love that.
I do too.
Wouldn't that be awesome if somebody was listening to like, oh my gosh, I got one of those little pieces. How amazing would that be? Anybody else from Chicago?
I don't know. The time that I was going to go to Chicago with everyone was when Bob was sick.
No, it wasn't.
Mm-hmm. And they went to the museum show of the bodies.
Mm-hmm. They brought you back the book.
Mm-hmm. I would have really enjoyed that.
I wonder if that. I think it still travels around, doesn't it, or is it in DC or?
I don't know where it's like final resting place is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that.
I mean, I know it came to Dallas at some point.
Yes, well, it started in Europe. Okay, so we kind of know how this works here. So basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be flopping this off onto, and the whole idea with this and why it's what in the hell is this?
She's squirreling on me.
Well, I suddenly have a weird, I don't know how that got on there. This is one of the ones that I soaked and cleaned up because it had so many layers on it.
Really?
Yeah.
It looks brand new.
Yeah, I know.
Look at you.
Soaked it all off. It's got some places that still have some little bits of stuff. See that?
Hello, Diane.
All right. So the whole idea, and that one of the reasons, this kind of ties in with Ben Franklin, is that he said, you've got a democracy if you can keep it. That was another one of his famous quotes. And that incurred not only this whole idea of, people being virtuous, but also educated, able to think for themselves. And I think that the eye here is symbolic of being watchful of where your democracy is or isn't. And I'm concerned about ours, and I think we all need to be very watchful. So that's the whole idea behind this, the symbolism here. It's a little less, what do I want to say?
In your face?
Yeah. It's
just your eyeball.
More thinking about it kind of thing.
We do have eyeball stamps, too. Remember?
Yeah. Absolutely do. Okay, I've got some kind of stuff on here, and I don't really know.
I don't think
so.
Unless
it's
you
not coming off on my finger anyway. So.
Unless you want to clean it up real quick. I don't know.
All right. So basically what I need, I think, here is I just need to do some black eyes. Then ombre my paint. After that dries, I think I'm going to have more control over how you do that than doing it like this and using that as a flop off. Anyway, we're going to try it this way. And this is kind of because I watched Royal's thing, her doing her things on the plate.
Yeah.
So.
They liked what you said.
Did they like what I said? Thank you.
Oh, yeah. This is the Eyes and Arches mask. Thank you. Mo had already put it in there a while back there. Oh, this big old eye version. Yeah,
there's the big one. And this is actually, and I think it comes in 3 different kinds.
Yes, you are correct.
Those are still in there soaking. For some reason, they were a little more stubborn about giving up their...
Giving it up.
Giving it up.
Some are.
Okay.
We got a lot of eyeball stuff. Wait.
Yeah, the eye would be good. I just kind of think I just really like this one because of the pattern on it.
Mm-hmm. We have the big old eye, but then I think, does it come in multiple?
And like I said, I don't know if this is the way to do this. I'm just
Yeah, a
doing it.
large and a medium.
I'm just doing it this way.
I think this is a medium. Should do this as a stamp. We can make it smaller. Oh, excuse me. I need more water.
Well, I'm just feeling that this the way I'm doing it here is going to make for a more interesting. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Well, like I said, we don't have a stamp of this, so this is a way to utilize your masks as stamps.
Well, I think that looks quite brilliant. I mean, I like the kind of sketchy property of it. And I'm just gonna, I don't want to.
Rhonda says she loves a flop off.
There's nothing better than a good flop off, right?
Flop on. Nice. Now, did you use open paint on these?
Yes.
Okay.
I did. Thank you for bringing that
up. Yeah. This really is a flop. Yeah, this is a flop onto the plate. You flop off to a brayer off. Because that's off. Oh, Jenny said she never thought to do that with a mask. Yeah, you can do these, like, and build up your, like, you wouldn't necessarily be able to flop this off onto printed papers. You wouldn't get this nice of an image necessarily. Yes. So if you want to kind of guarantee yourself the image, this is a great way to get it. Careful there.
Yeah, I know I'm in danger of flipping up some of my other stuff there.
A notation on flop off. There are also flop ons.
There we go.
See below.
Okay, now, unfortunately, that's going to have to dry.
Yes.
And what I'm really thinking here is, to utilize my, and see if I can get some pieces on another plate that I can use for,
yeah, Monroe, click that link there over to the Clean Care and Use of Stencils guide. So Cookie Wookie, that's Mo. She has posted that link in chat for the Clean Care and Use of Stencils. Highly recommend going over there, checking that out. Great information. And as Mo also said, there's a link to Eddie's video showing how to soak and clean things, because he did a fabulous video. Now, please keep in mind,
what I'm doing here is
it's going to be backwards when you pull this up. This is the situation.
With the writing?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's backwards as a stamp, because you want it to be forwards when you stamp it down. When it stamps down forwards.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, what we'll do is we'll just make it into a...
There you go.
Pattern.
This is when you use We the People as a mark maker. They're just standing around. That's a little Independence Day humor, y'all.
Okay, yeah. Chuckles and grins. Let's get a couple more.
And that is another option. See, Robin says pull it on tissue and then you glue it down the opposite way, and that's how you fix that.
Yeah, but I wasn't getting enough.
Right, it's not oomphy enough.
It was not oomphy enough to do that with. I thought of the same thing, and I appreciate you bringing that up. And I have done that, but then I need really dark black, and I'm not
exactly,
getting it. Can
Carla.
you be wiping on that?
I can wipe the We the People.
Bless you. I'm going to see if I can get some of this to be really dark here.
Exactly, Acme. I knew it. I knew she would. You know, you just gotta let her do things that are.
Well, now see, that's kind of cool looking.
That's very cool.
And see, I think that that's going to just be a really great.
Was that a double flop? Legia wants to know. I think she did double flop it. We told y'all it was going to be double the fun today. You just didn't know how. There you go. Boop.
Now that's nice because you could just cut out the eye if you wanted to on that.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to have the whole thing there. But I think that looks so cool.
I like the texture on it. P is the flop master.
I'm telling you.
It's kind of a fun process too, like the cleaning of the stencils and watching the goo come off. Or sometimes you can actually pull like a whole skin off, depending on how you do it and whatnot.
Oh, darn it. See, I pulled up part of the...
Yeah.
So, you need to be
Hello, Paula.
careful about, you know.
Hello, Delana.
I don't know if that helped or hindered, but anywho.
Hello, Robin. Welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. If you're liking what you're seeing and you think a friend would too, share. If you want to know how to share it, it's that little swoopy arrow thing, and it has share, and the screen comes up, and then you can copy that little link, and then you can just post it somewhere. That's how that works. I may have to go down and get some more water. It's very hot here today too, and like we walked downtown Dallas, and I was like, oof. We parked a little further away than I was wanting to, but I found a parking garage and was very happy about that, so that's what we did.
Yeah, it sure makes it a lot nicer to come back to your car when you're not, it's boiling hot.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that this is just all going to have to dry here.
Yes. Well, you have other plates and things.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very excited about this, though. I like what you're doing.
Well, thank you. You know, I think that's going to be interesting-ish. Alrighty, well, we've got some other things to address here.
Oh, and just an update on the book. The pages are sorted. He's ready. I will be shipping those off on Monday, I believe.
All right.
Isn't that exciting? And we told Tegan no pressure. So,
yes.
Whenever she can get it done, she can get it done.
Yes. 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 months. This is try not to do years. I'm not sure I'll be here that long.
I don't know what to say to that. I'm going to go get water. Can you talk to the folks while I get water and let them know what you're doing?
Sure. Well, what I'm doing is I'm cleaning off my stencil here of a layer. That's what I'm doing here, basically here.
Oh, yes, we do have the mini star stamps. So that would be a cool one. Another cool thing is in one of the sets of the ATCs, there are stars. In fact, I'll grab that because I have one because she's trying to find things.
Oh, yeah. That's not it.
But I bet you can find the stars. Because they're going to be in like the little mini one. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about, for sure. Look how cool that looks. I love that one when you're like removing paint rather than putting it down. Doesn't that look cool? Look at that eye there. That's the best eye we've done all day. And don't forget to work on the other side too. Because when it goes through there, I really don't mind it having a layer of paint on, but when it starts getting gobby and it starts blocking up those little orifices, those little jobbers, then you're not getting full use of your stencil, so it's a good idea.
Here. See, it's an IMPP.
Oh. Excellent.
But I saw it in the IMPP bin the other day. I was like, oh yeah, we have those stars. Totally forgot about those stars. And then you have the star stamps.
Yeah.
Which are probably going to be, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Circles minis. I bet it's up in there with the circles minis and compass roses.
Could be. Compass rose would be another good one for, like symbolic.
Yeah.
What direction.
We're kind of losing direction.
Yeah. And
get back on course.
Yeah, and what you can do about this little star down here, this one that's kind of wonky.
And just trim it.
You can just cut it off.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and we have Becky's warped stars. Those are big stars.
Yeah.
That's a stencil.
And we have them in strippers, too. Stars and strippers.
Stars and strippers, y'all. Those are from Paula. We got stars.
Got them covered.
Upon Mars. Mm-hmm. You are not invisible, Becky. We see you, girl.
Hey, Becky, did you see what I did to your stencil?
Did you see that early on? The Gothic got kind of gummed up.
I haven't had a chance to get in there and... Now, see, I mean, these little stencils are tough little boogers. If they're not, all that little bitty fine liney.
Yeah.
Stuffy stuff. There we go. All right, now what?
We'll go back to the beginning and listen, 2 times speed or get.
Yeah, that. Okay.
Well, she'd already mucked it up. She just showed it at the beginning because she was using it, after hours.
What are you talking about?
When you gummed up the Gothic. That was not on camera.
Yeah, sorry. have to remember when you use that paint, you've got an awful lot of staying power on your brayer, and it will whatever.
Open paint.
Open paint.
Stays open.
Yeah.
Addie says, Yupo stencils are like gremlins. Don't feed them after midnight. I know that's right. That's funny. And she was unsupervised. This here stencil, or the pattern, is from a new stencil called Mud Cloth. This is the 9x12 by Paula. Delana, that is, okay, so our stencils, PM Artist Studio, along with many of the designers who are here in the chat, so I don't know, and I forget that not everybody knows who we are, or, you know, how we're interconnected with certain folks, and this, that, the other, but yeah, if you would go over to our website, that's PM Artist Studio, the stencils that we cut are from Yupo, which is 100% polypropylene, which is plastic, but it is a special kind of plastic, and it's a little bit different, and it is created in a way that it actually was meant, well, first of all, it was meant for commercial use for making labels and things like that. Second use was then the alcohol ink people and the watercolor people decided, hey, this has a great surface which can be washed off, or it still works, you know, if you want to keep your artwork permanent, it still works that way. You do need to seal it, by the way. Otherwise, it will chip off after a while if it's thickly done. We just know that. We know that. There might be a video a long time ago. Anyway, that's Yupo. And then, yeah, many of our designers are here in the chat. Eddie's been one of them. In fact, if y'all want to roll call and say designer here, all of our designers can say that in the chat. That would be a kind of cool little thing to see.
Check it out.
Look at that. That's very pretty. I don't know if that yellow is going to come. This is another one, right? Where we don't know if the yellow is going to come up.
We don't. Maybe.
Maybe. Hello, Amy. Welcome.
No, I know that's not dry. Now, I know this is dry. This is a good one. What I did with my book is Tegan, I hope you're still here. I'm kind of talking to you.
Tegan. She was here earlier.
My whole feeling about, you know,
that's not true, Diane.
The book and how I approached it and put in blank pieces of paper that I found someone sent me, or I bought them. I don't know. Anyway, some really cool pieces of paper that had plants and actual plant matter embedded in them. And I used some of those. I thought they looked quite nice. But I sent some extra ones just in case, you know, maybe you thought I didn't use enough of them. And I'm going to use a great big sheet of...
You wrote that in the note too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You have notes in there and a letter and extra stuff.
All those things, Diane. So he's just pulling this, or is this part of the thing, or?
No, I just had something down here, and
Okay.
you know, it's just, it really isn't any. It's just something you can do. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. It's some good business right there.
I mean, the best business right here is this around the edge. Hopefully, I've got enough paint down.
The best stuff is the part around the
Around
design.
the edge. Not the
That thing in the middle is okay, whatever.
Yeah, well, you know, that's incidental.
We're really looking at the edges.
Oh, here it is. Look.
That's the one that caused the problem.
Yeah.
Or that was the application before the.
Yeah. And
Hey, Cynthia. And hi, did Pinka come in there, or have we? Okay. Well, hello, Pinka.
and this is the era. Anyway, the warm red.
So
Cadmium red deep with yellow ochre extra as the pull coat.
yeah, Delina, would you so okay, if you are using watercolor on Yupo, that's when I would seal it. You want to seal it with some kind of, medium, either it's a glossy, matte, whatever, depending on how you want your art to display, but that would be really the only reason. Like the acrylic paint, if you're doing acrylic paint on Yupo, like as artwork, or if you want to just keep yours and cut them up like we do and use them for edibles of sorts.
Yeah, now I can use the smaller one, but I can't use my bigger one because it's all glommed up with.
And the alcohol inks. Because if you have applied alcohol inks heavily enough, it will chip away after a while. So you probably want to seal it in, again, with like a matte or a glossy medium.
And it isn't light fast. Light hits it fades.
Depending on the brand and whatnot. That's not true of all of them, and it's not true of every color. But again, best to be safe than sorry.
Yes, because we had some really great ones that we looked at them.
Oh, and
6 months later
faded. And I'm glad that I have photographs of a lot of it, because they do not stay as brilliant.
No, they do not. Now those look really mighty fine together.
Hello, Julie. Yes, we are. We yesterday got canceled, and so we are making it up, and we're doing on the 4th, because we're still continuing on with our July protesting patriotically with our postcards. And at some point I will have these. Oh, and I do have so there are some folks here. Jenny is participating in the postcard protesting patriotically business. If you are interested and you want some of the materials that we have, please email me. And again, you'll see the email in our chat. I just want to know who's participating, and then that way I can, let people know that you're participating. But we've got Jenny, Sepha, and Sue. I think those are the 3 folks that have emailed me. And of course, Anne. You got to go over to Anne's channel.
Yeah, I don't know that any of my flag is going to come through.
I don't think so. Maybe you should tear that apart. And then that way you can kind of put it on the sides of the flag.
Because I want the eyeball.
Well, then tear out the eyeball part. Keep your eye intact. Stay vigilant, y'all. Yeah, and then what will happen is once everybody has once you have postcards created, and if you want to send a flat high-res image and you want me to include it in the printables that I'm going to be putting onto our website at some point in time, I don't know what that date is. I don't know how July is going to go or whatever. But yes, oh, see, that looks kind of cool. Yeah, have it.
It does, and then I can say be ever vigilant at the top.
I like it. All right, so you need to email me. And then I want, so if you want it to be included in the downloadable, peaceful protesting postcard, patriotically business that we're doing, please just email me. I need a high-res version. I will let you know, hey, this ain't gonna work. Because I'm not gonna, I want this to be like, I can take the thing and I can clip it and put it in into the printables. Also, well, I'll send you the information. Email me if you're interested. It's in the information that I have emailed those of you that have reached out to me. And hello, Anina. Yes, and this is a makeup from yesterday. Yes. Watch the beginning for the story. We're not going to tell that multiple times. Once is enough. I love that. It looks really cool. Are you going to glue that down to one of the cards, or do you want me to just do that later?
What?
Well, because you just have it on paper. So it's not like, you know.
Oh, the back.
Yeah.
Background?
I'll do it for you.
That would be great.
Okay. Yeah, definitely, Robin. Those of you that aren't, like, you don't have to be on Facebook, guys. Like, just email me and let me know. Wherever you post is fine. This does not have to be, this is not necessarily even a, inside makers thing. This is a, hey, you need to email me and let me know so I can, get you the info, which is basically, I just kind of have a written up email, and then I will send you a PDF with the songs and a few little graphics that I pulled together. If you want to use that stuff, you can, or you don't have to use that at all. But I'll send you the info.
I'm just trying to find a scrap piece of paper that I can write on here. Oh, here's the phone number for the...
Yeah. You might write it out on...
Is vigilant A-N-T or E-N-T?
Oh. I'm going to Google it for you. Hold on. Because I don't know. Alertly watchful, especially to avoid danger.
Yes. How do you spell it? I know the meaning.
I just make sure we're talking. V-I-G-I-L-A-N-A. Yeah, I know. See, it's that E-N-T or is it A-N-T? Vigilante.
Vigilante.
There's so much to say about all that. I'm just going to do that. That's funny. Sometimes I look over at my private messages and I get a chuckle. Do we ever do meet and greets?
What does that mean?
Wonderful. So glad that you decided to put that on the outside of the postcard. You realize that the size of the postcard is within the boundary. See, she's working outside the boundaries of the postcard. But I can rip that off and I can glue it across there.
Oh, I see what you said. I'm no longer.
You are no longer within.
Postcard. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess that's what's going to have to happen.
Okay. I can make that happen for you. You just carry on, though. You do the fun parts. Are you done with that one? Or is
Yeah.
there more? Okay.
I don't know what else to put on here.
I like it. Yes, exactly. That's where I was kind of going with this. Yeah, in Spanish.
All right. Well,
Oh, yeah.
let's see here. Let's do something with these little jobbers. It's kind of.
Oh, can I expand on the postcard item? Okay, so we wanted to continue on because we did our celebrating of Pride and all of that during June, and it just didn't feel right to just sort of stop with this whole thing because we really there's still so much to be said and so much that we need to speak up about. And that is sort of where the protesting with the postcards comes into play. Because a lot of folks can't make it out to the protest. I mean, it is blazing hot here. It is dangerous to be outside for long periods of time.
I can't do it.
And so this is kind of one way, especially those of us in this Arty community, for us to participate, offer up something for folks to download and be able then to send maybe to their representatives or just maybe family members or whomever, to express those frustrations and those feelings that we've got to get out. It is important. It is important to continue to talk to one another, and it is extremely important for us to show up for one another. I see that, and like even the thing that we went to this morning, I could tell. Like, it was important for a lot of those folks just to be there around other folks. That was the feeling that I got today. And that was a little different than the other ones.
The other ones were more jocular.
Yes.
This is the one that I went to, at least.
Yeah.
That was more.
Yeah.
Now, this is going to be kind of tricky. I need to get this on here.
But thank you for asking it. And those of you that, because I know, like, some people are here on Mondays and some people are here during the, different times. And I forget that you may not know what the heck we're doing.
I didn't make it all the way to the top.
And y'all have to go over to Anne's channel. She has started hers. It was a great beginning to her postcards. I was so proud of her because I know it was a little stressful because she's not a gel printer, like, she doesn't do it every day. That isn't like usually her gig. She did such a fantastic job. She did an ombre. She got some transfers. That's always an exciting day. And then she's going to be collaging that stuff together, along with throwing in some interesting historical facts, and also the fact that, and she's in this community. We are all supporting one another in this. It has to be. Yes, we are. Hello, M.
Okay, I'm going to leave that on there because I think that it may
get more. That looks cool. And that was a good choice.
This looks kind of cool too. Okay. Got that taken care of.
Hi, bartender.
All right, this is still.
Thank you, Shannon.
Wet. I'm trying to get my fingerprint off of there. So we'll just let that dry some more.
That's because it was the open paint.
Open paint, folks.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to send originals, but I'm going to make reproductions of our cards, and I plan on sending them to representatives. But they're not getting original art. No.
Oh, we're not going to send these right here?
Not originals. Heck no. They don't. No.
Just wish we the people would come off a little better there.
Well, you could stamp it onto something and see if you could overlay it, too.
That's I don't know how much of this crap is going to come up here. So I'm not really.
Nothing just keeps hanging around.
It does. It's just.
We've seen it a lot.
Ridiculous. And here's another one. Now some of that probably will come off.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm okay with that. Because I want it to be kind of mucky looking anyway. Let's just get a little muck going.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the other reason too, because Becky makes it, she says, I'm always worried about mailing postcards naked. She thinks that maybe glued stuff will fall totally. Like it needs to be like a flat printed out kind of card.
Yeah, it needs to be flat and not have any bumpy surfaces.
Yeah.
This is my new mix.
New mix?
My new mix.
Mm. What does that mean exactly?
For my cards. For my cards. I guess I used them all. I just want to muck it up a bit so it's not so white and pretty and.
Well, you know, like they're just printed flat. Nothing's been glued on or whatever. Mariah.
No. Now see, look at how much more interesting that is.
Yes.
It's not, like there's not a lot of stuff going on there, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, we're going to try that again. This is the Tar Gel Liquitex Basic Black.
Remember we mixed this up to do that kind of like the glue experiment. The black glue. Inspired by Izzy's art class. And whatever's on the plate's probably not big. That stuff's it just needs to be cleaned off.
Okay, I'm going to let that sit.
It would be cool if that all came up, but it's not going to.
I'm not holding my breath on that one.
Hello, Sophia. I know you were in and out.
Now here's a little blue one.
What are you going to do with the little blue one?
I don't know. I'm going to put some stuff down.
Oh.
I don't know. That's going to show through.
Oh?
I think it might be more than you think.
I think so too.
Okay. So, let's get some of our...
Yes, Jenny, exactly. The 5x7 plate is perfect to do all of your postcard needs. 100%. And the postcards we're doing are the 4x6. Now, you can do 5x7, like full, but you could still, you know what I'm saying, right? You know. Mariah, you all. Oh, well, I'm so pleased that you're here.
What?
I mean, let me tell you, like, there was just no way yesterday. No way. I barely could text the mod squad here, our mods, to tell them that, hey, can y'all let everybody know?
We're indisposed.
Yeah.
Well, if that comes off with some of that...
It's going to be a humdinger.
It's going to be a humdinger. And if it doesn't come off with some of that, I guess, well, we'll just...
Less of a humdinger. Mm-hmm. Hi, Liz. Oh. Is that ready to pull?
No.
You could do some of your, you could do some of your tape.
My what? My
You know,
tape business?
look like it's ripping out of there, you know?
Yeah.
Thought.
I'm going to think about that.
She's going to think about it. She needs a little more processing time on that because she's like, yeah, I kind of like that idea, but I got to.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay, what else do we have over here too? Now, what I would like to do with this is I would like to print on it so that I can see some of the words, but then I want to take the can't remember whose flower it was, the stamp that has the leaves and the flowers.
Separate or together?
They're together.
A recent one?
I don't know. You just showed them the other day, I think.
So, this is everything that's out in July.
Okay, is that possible to pass that through the
I'm going to bring it around.
divide?
Yeah, I'm going to bring it around.
All right, let's just look at that for a minute because I think what I'm thinking here. Of course, I dearly love the carrots.
You could make one like, you know, finding a place to stick your carrot.
Now, see, this might be a good one. Here, let me explain why I think this would be good.
Here, do you want me to grab that? Because I don't know if your little table can handle that thing, but.
Oh, yeah. It's fine.
Okay.
Because if I go ahead and put this so that you can see some of it and put this down here.
Yes, I think it was June's stuff. Let's just double check here before, because I have some of those here.
Or I could make this very transparent. I think that's what I'm going to do.
Here.
Just decided.
Oh.
What?
See, I lopped the thing off of that one. It does come with one.
Yeah, I like this one better.
Yeah, see, that's the other one. It still has its stem. But yeah. Okay, we're gonna get. Here, I'm gonna get this out.
Because this is sort of reminiscent of back in the day when you would see, you know, the National Guard or whatever policing were there, and you would have a beautiful young woman with, you know, shiny golden blonde hair and blue eyes and a scarf around her hair, and she would be handing them a flower. That was sort of a...
I like that.
And there will be some people who will get that. Most probably won't.
And this is on top of this is the Pete Seeger song. Did you kind of let people know that was a different song?
Oh, yeah. I think they got that. Now, see, this is another one that... Now, I can stamp over the top of it, We the People. You can still see that background. Now, that is a card. That's the real size of the card there. Okay. All right, so
we're going to stamp it in. You're going to stamp it to the plate and then pick it up.
But what I want to try to do here, you know, what the heck?
Hi, Cheryl. Yes, and Eddie, you need to add me as a collaborator on that, and then Miriam, you need to add me as a collaborator on your Instagram. posts. Do you know how to do that? If not, I did kind of give instruction in the designer group at one point. Because Miriam did a fabulous one with the disco balls. We have disco balls out this week, or this month too, by Miriam.
Oh, yes.
We need to do something with
so
disco
cute.
balls. You're scaring me with your thing. It's a very squeaky one. That's a fabulous. Look at you with your red, white, and blue on that one. Awesome.
One-time chance, ladies and gents. Yeah, see the white.
Yeah.
Balderdash. Well,
This is the French, you know, because it's the blue, white, red.
well, if you turn it upside down, it's red, white, and blue. Okay, I'm going to let that dry, and we'll pull it with, I don't know what. Well, you see how you can do that, and, you know,
Yeah.
it may work, and it may not work, and at this point, we're kind of out of, oh, sorry.
Yeah, I hate it when that happens.
Oh, we need to
kinda
get this off of here, and I don't know. I think what needs to happen here is that the background needs to be darker so that the white
Yes.
on the flower, but if you go too much darker, then
You're going to lose
you've
your
got that
words.
other
Yeah.
situation there.
Listen, I will tell you, Instagram makes me crazy.
Mariah, can you wipe at that?
Sure. I love
Please? Thank you.
being your stamp wiper.
Well, we shall see what comes off of there.
Hey, this has been hanging around for a while too.
Expected more of the dark color to come through. Oh well, we shall see.
Now what? You got 26 minutes. And of course you turned me blue. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Didn't feel right unless you know. Blue.
Okay, so I've got, and I said I had all my papers done. Then I found these when I cleaned this mess off today. And I do think this would be a good one for the book.
You're gonna readjust your pile.
I can just add these on as another signature.
Okay.
But I just decided I pulled them because I didn't necessarily, okay, I don't like this blue and this brown. It's just not doing it for me. And plus I think maybe the purple is just a little bit whatever. So we're just going to fix them. And how are we going to fix them? Well, on this one, I'm thinking...
I think it should be all the red, white, and blue. All of them.
What?
Oh, Lygia. She was mentioning some other cool things, and I think that, yeah. It isn't just about us. And that's kind of the thing, too, is that, you know, if we would remember that it's not just about us. Did you tell him what that blue was?
I did.
Okay. That paint was very liquidy. That has the airbrush medium in it.
Yeah. See, wherever you have paper, it will grab it, but if there's paint on the thing, it's not grabbing that so much. That was probably pretty well done for. Wonderful. Lovely. Exactly what I wanted. Okay, now this one, use a little aqua flash.
How many gel plates do you have? Well, she gave some of them away.
I did. You know, I gave all of my 8x10s away.
Yeah. Not enough some days, Jenny. That's exactly right, Diane.
Exactly right. It's right.
Problem is, she doesn't have any more space. So it's not that she wouldn't love some more gel plates, but, you know, I don't know how we work that.
Yeah. I don't really know either.
Rosie's gone to the dark side. Did you make Rosie dark on that one? Maleficent. Yep, that's it.
Now remember what this looked like?
Mm-hmm.
And look what wonderfulness we have going on here that we can use to
multifaceted
muck about and put some more stuff on this. And this was one of them. I love this side with the beetles, but this side with the red and the just isn't doing it for me. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some transparent, what do we have here? Nickel Azo Gold. That'll be a good one. It'll kind of green it out. And, you know, you can't go wrong with green. I should have taken that off, but we'll do that next time.
Great print, Liz says.
Thank you. Thought it was awesome.
I was saying, yes, I was trying to say Maleficent. You know, because it was like Maleficent colors. That's where I was going with that.
careful with that one.
See, Darcy knew where my brain was. Oh, he was that kind of boy. All right. I dated boys that hung out in at the arcade.
Yeah, he dated one that had to wash his hands every time he passed it.
That he didn't hang out at the arcade.
Well, no doubt. Dear Lord, talk about germ factory.
He was a hand washer. Poor dude.
Yes, he had a lot of other neuroses that were
He
not.
did. Poor guy.
Oh, no. See, this is what I'm talking about. You saw that? Sort of red, white, and bluey. Now it's like...
It's not that.
It's not that. It's right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now we've got this one here. We might need a stencil on this one. I just decided it was a lovely turquoise.
We are. Hello, Gray.
I do like this side, but I think it will benefit from some green. Just simply because it's a little bit murdery. Just get tree killing vibes from it. I don't know.
Yeah. We don't want that.
Can't have that.
Mm-hmm.
This is Gold Green by Golden. I love it. It's one of
our favorites.
All-time favorites. And I'm going to do something.
Mo gave me green hearts.
Other side. Because it's just kind of turquoise.
Yeah.
Maybe I wonder, did I gum up Rosie? Remember I gummed up Rosie or not?
She's still working or not.
No, she's still walking about unimpeded.
Poor Rosie. She's got a bad rap just right out of the gate.
Oh, then Gothic.
And then Gothic kicked in and, said, wait, hold that paper. I got you.
Yes. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful?
It's a turn of events. It truly is.
Absolutely wonderful, wonderful. It goes so well with
we kind of went from patriotic to Christmas.
That's not Christmas.
Giving me Christmas vibes.
Let's see if we can get some of this up on this one. It's kind of pinky.
Hello, Carrie.
Awfully pinky.
No, poor Rosie. I just keep finding things that are this month's color combo. Like, I don't know. Remember when I did the lips, y'all? I'm going to show that again.
Look at this. Look at this.
Look at it.
Oh, I think this is mighty fine.
The 1950s called. They said, hello?
Miss Allie. Hello, Miss Allie Kay. You just popped up there in my...
Hi.
On my...
Yes. It's a Happy Friday surprise.
Vision there. Okay. Who are you? Who is
That's
that?
Rosie.
Oh, is this Rosie?
There she is.
There she is. We're going to make Rosie. She's going to have a comeback here.
Okay. She was a little shy the other day.
Yeah. All right. I'm getting full up with.
I don't think we're done with Shrinky Dinks. I had some ideas about things, but that maybe we'll bring it back around later in the month. Because I was thinking that even some of the things that... I'm also waiting for the proper ink to arrive.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I ordered some. Because I was like, you know what? If we're going to do this, and I really do like the Shrinky Dinks. And I think we've only scratched the surface.
Of the shrinky dink. Oh, I think I agree. 110%. Okay, now what do I want here? I want just... Because she she. What's this? This one. This would be
Yeah.
Dina, Dinah, Wakely, Heather.
Hey, Lizette.
Heather.
Mm-hmm.
That's a mighty fine pink. Say so myself. Really want to do that, but
That's very pink.
it is.
So the other day we were driving in the car, and Izzy likes calling out the car colors, like, and she loves it when she gets the full rainbow. And then this one car, she's like, "Oh my God, there's a pink car!" And I was like, "Oh, good, there was a pink car." I said, "Well, I don't know, was it salmon or coral?" She's like, "You're making my brain hurt." She's like, "It's pink."
Well, we saw I don't know what color you would call it, but you know, it was like the metal flake.
Yeah.
That kind of.
Yeah. It was not a Mary Kay car. It was like just a regular car that they were like, "Yes, this is the color." And it was like,
Well,
the whole thing was that color.
That we saw was like, you know.
Oh, she told me that, yes, you guys saw it like
pickup.
yeah. Well, she said it was like a big SUV type car that was like
Yes.
shiny pink
Shiny pink.
and
I
like
mean,
hot pink. That's
and
what she
it was
told
like
me.
metal flake, you know.
We do have
metallic pink.
You don't see them around here much anymore, but there used to be, because you know the Mary Kay like headquarters is here in Dallas, or at least it used to be.
I see a pink Mary Kay car every now and then.
Do you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well done, Rosie. Well done. I like the little swoosh in there.
Well, that's the Heather.
Yeah.
The Heather. All right. Where did I put Rosie here? Rosie, you gotta go darker.
You gotta
Go darker here.
Okay. I'm surprised she hasn't cut the edges of this one, and I'm sure that
Quinacridone.
every time.
Rose deep.
Oh goodness, I had in when we lived in Lubbock, my room was like Pepto pink. Remember that? She doesn't remember them. My dad was the painter of the Pepto pink.
I didn't paint walls.
No.
And if I did, it was not ever like I spray painted my hallway in oh my gosh, here's another whole batch. I spray painted my.
Well, hey, you need to keep some of those for packets, because I'm in need of packets. Oh, we got 10 minutes, by the way.
Oh, I think that's okay.
Okay.
What did I do?
She did give me that look. Oh, she keeps touching it up. That's hilarious. And then we had one wall in our townhouse that we had in Carrollton. Pansy petal purple and What's the other one? Salsa or something like that. It was kind of a reddy orange. And the kitchen was a yellowish color, but there was really not much wall in there. It was more like just a little header kind of.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
This technique that I'm doing right now works best with a stencil that has paint on it.
Yes.
Okay, that is. I'll put that down anywhere because it's got stuff all over it. Okay, what are we doing here?
Rosie looks good in the black. Love it. She's a gothy girl. That Rosie. Oh, goodness, Robin. She's been gel printing for 11 hours.
Oh, my. Better should be. Well, rub yourself down with some magnesium.
Yeah, that shoulder's
shoulder.
gonna.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was what I noticed. Because I did go for like 8 hours. That's about as long as I.
She takes little breaks, though.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
that
some
was
days
when
that
I
you
first started out.
Yeah.
And I just, I would
go
just,
at it like all
I
day.
couldn't not do it.
Good.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is not to get excited. Get after this right away. You can clear off the oopsies. And sometimes it really kind of adds another little interesting.
Yeah.
I'm getting rid of all the.
This is another way to kind of distress those edges.
If you've got some white stuff that you didn't necessarily want to be there, this is a good time as any to.
Ooh. Look at that.
That looks cool. But now let's see if we can. This is why if you have all of your pieces of paper queued up, then you can take advantage of any wonderfulnesses that you have on your plate. But if you don't have anything queued up, then oh well. I do have another whole package.
Oh, I know, Lizette. I know. Lots of folks. That's what my friend Christy was saying about the animals on night when they shoot off the fireworks.
Oh, I know. And the birds.
Yeah. I don't know. Makes me. That looks beautiful.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Yes.
All right. So we have a bit of my ema here. Let's see if we can mess this up a little bit more. Probably too dry to pull much of anything off. Yeah. That's all right.
Oh, Becky said that looked like stained glass.
Yeah, that's some good stuff there, Maynard. I got another one here. A good possibility for this one.
Oh, that's a good idea. So, Sherry says that if it's too late to find thunder shirts, try wrapping an ace bandage around their middles. Because it makes the animals feel a little better. The dogs, in particular.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, we lost our little bullet, but he was, oh my goodness.
He was deaf, and I don't know that he would have heard it this year.
Maybe not, but in the past, it just lays in bed and just trembles. Mazzy didn't like it either.
No, Mazzy didn't like it either. Well, she picked up that weirdness from Sully.
Yeah, because, you know, some dogs get all hyped up when they hear a shot go off. They're looking around for the bird.
That was not our experience, no. The cat's just been griping all day. I don't know what he's upset about. He was upset about something last night, too. I don't know. Oh, wow.
Good stuff there, Maynard.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, I, you know, kind of cleaned that stencil off. I wish it took on that torn. Okay, we're going to let that set a spell. Make sure it's nice and dry.
Oh, and hello, Dawn.
And we'll try to get all of that goodness off of there. Not just, you know, the little incidental spots. Okay, what do we got here? Nope.
Well,
yesterday, or the day before, everything was drying like crazy. Today,
oh, it's super humid. It is super humid because we had rain. Ish, yeah.
Okay, so now I don't have a plate to use. Oh, we can use this one.
We got 3 minutes.
Oh.
I mean, unless you want to go long, we can stay on. I don't care. Do remember, though, okay, so we've got new folks coming in. Thank you guys for showing up. I know this was kind of a weird day to do it, but thank you for making it happen. Thumbsy upsies if you haven't. If you're watching on replay, let us know down below in the comments. We want to hear from you. We love it. Leave a lengthy one. That's totally fine. Share with your friends. We always love that. And double points. Over on the website.
Have they started?
Yeah, we actually turned them on yesterday, but, you know, because we missed the stream. And we also have the new stamps, the We the People, and the flag. So, get your patriotic protesting on in your art. And then, again, if you guys are interested in participating with us, with me and Ann in particular, I mean, those are the two channels that I know of that are participating. It's PM Artist Studio and then Ann Bar. But then we have some makers folks. We have Sepha, Jenny, and Sue that are participating. But if you are interested, there is my email down in the chat. You can also find that on our channel, or just, you know, contact me on my, you know, on the website, however you want to do that. And I'll get you note up on what you need to know. That's how that works. Do you want to stay long, or do you want to... What do you want to do here? We'll wrap it up, or?
Yeah, I mean, I've basically uncovered and dealt with everything that I thought I needed to today.
Okay. And do you want to hold up here? Show everybody. So you did this one.
Did that
show
one.
Your other. Yeah. She has it upside down. Drives me crazy. There you go.
And even though this one wasn't terribly dynamic, you got the idea.
Yeah, and she'll work at it maybe, right?
Yeah. And what I might do... No, see, it's not going to fit.
Well, you can cut it up, though. You can cut around those words, you know.
I want it to be all one.
Well, you know, I do have the file. I can make that happen for you.
That would be good.
This is how it happens, y'all.
Yeah, and these were the
I'm going to let her lay those out.
ombre ones.
Here, make that look all good. And I might just take that as a screenshot. Get everybody represented. There we go. Love it. Well done. All right, guys. We will be back on Sunday.
On Sunday.
And we will continue on with our protesting postcards. Patriotically protesting postcards.
Yeah, I want you to
With
make me some more of these things. Because I really like having that in the background. Like that one? I think it looks really cool.
Okay. I can do that. All right. We'll see you then. Till then. Until then.
Love you.
Like a
long haul.
Bye, guys.
Bye.